online at CougRadio.com or on our new Radio FX app. The following program contains explicit material. Listener discretion is advised.
Broadcasting from the world's greatest campus, Washington State University, Vancouver. Coug Radio.
We need to end the war on sex and the end the war against women and start the new sex-positive enthusiasm revolution.
When we don't talk about sex and it's treated as abnormal, people sometimes say inaccurate or insensitive things.
A radical theory of sex must identify, it must describe, explain, and denounce sexual oppression and erotic injustice.
And sex positivity is one of the realms in which the new can be unpacked and explored.
Oh, hey, everybody listening to at 6 o'clock. It is now time for some wonderful sex-positive content, sex-positive radio here at 6 o'clock. If you don't know what's going on, well, then you are in luck because you've just fallen into my trap card. Yes, it's sex-positive radio. We're doing this show at 6 o'clock. Nothing new, but if you usually listen to Coug Radio and you're just like, what's this guy talking about? Well, it's going to be sex and sex education. I'm really happy to be having you guys on here today. So, yes, thank you for tuning in. My name is DJ Rose, and I don't know why I'm treating this like it's my first broadcast ever, but thank you so much for new listeners and old listeners alike. Thank you so much for listening. And also, thank you so much for following the Instagram, because I know I just made that, the Instagram and my Twitter. Thank you so much for joining that. And also, for listening to the last episode of last week, the one about with me and Amelia Rogers talking about stripping. That was a wonderful, amazing, fun episode. I love that. So if you don't know what it is, it's on SoundCloud now. Sex Positive Radio is now live on, or it's not so live actually. It's actually saved on the internet on both YouTube and SoundCloud, so you can go and listen to it anytime, anywhere. So go ahead and click on that. SoundCloud sex_positive_XM, just like the rest of the social media. Puts my Twitter and Instagram are all the same. So please follow those things right there, because it'll help you a lot to be able to. If you can't, if you're like, oh, I missed the show, and you see me around school and be like, oh, did you listen? You're like, well, I feel bad because it's probably a really good show. You can actually save yourself by listening to it. It's going to be great. Listen to it while you're in the shower, while you're, at the gym, while you're in the car, while you're having sex. Sex Positive Radio will be good if you're having sex. Listening to it. My voice is wonderful, so seductive. Oh, yes. And if you notice, it's a little bit deeper because I finally finished going through puberty, and now my voice is now deeper. My vocal cords are developed, but really I'm just sick. So, yay for sickness. I hope everybody's feeling nice and warm, not just from the fever out there, from the sickness that's going around. Get yourself vaccinated. Sex Positive Radio, we recommend being vaccinated. But yes, thank you so much again for listening, for tuning in today. I'm going to go ahead and get started real quick, but I'm going to beg you again for the millionth time, as I always do, please follow the social media for the show on Instagram and Twitter. It's both at sex_positive_XM, no space between the X and the M, and also you can find it on SoundCloud at the same thing, at sex_positive XM, and yes, so please give that a listen. Give me updates, what you like. I will be giving you updates about the show. I'll be sharing some cool memes and stuff like that, because I know what the kids like. Me being the 22-year-old senior guy. But yes, please do that, and also send me anything that you want me to talk about. Ask me questions. I love to have a segment on the show that I'm talking about. I'm answering the community's questions and what people are really wanting to hear about from sex. I want to give it back to the people and everything. So yes, please tell me what you liked, what you didn't like, what I should be talking about, and questions that you have towards sex and sexuality. This is a wonderful, amazing, open-ended, open-minded podcast / radio show. I guess I can call it a podcast now that it's saved on the internet. But yeah, with that in mind, let's go ahead and get to the show's disclaimer. Yes, nothing new. Just if you are a new listener, you do know that this is called Sex Positive Radio. You shouldn't be upset if you hear anything that's inappropriate, because this entire show is inappropriate. It is about sex and sex education. So we're gonna be talking about that. We're also gonna be saying swear words like fuck. So if you don't like those, then that's okay. All you gotta do is push that little pause button. It might be the 2 bars or the little square. All you gotta do is press that, and boom, you won't have to hear any of this bad language. If you think sex is gonna, or at least just talking about sex is gonna cause a satellite fall down from space and crush you, then you probably shouldn't listen to that, because that's not a good thing to have happen to you. So, but if you love sex and you are really open-minded, you really want to listen to it, and you don't even have to have sex. You can be asexual. We all celebrate all types of sexuality on the show. But if you want to embrace sexuality, you want to embrace being able to talk about it and rid the taboo and make it much more naturalized just to talk about it, then keep on listening, because we got a wonderful show, a wonderful, wonderful show today. I'm super excited to have everybody on here today, because I have a plethora of guests, so many wonderful people on here. 2 to be, in fact, 2 whole wonderful people. We're going to be talking about porn today, and the Sex Positive Radio, I'm going to have a lot more episodes on porn, and the art of porn and the controversy around porn, because there's so much to unpack around it that it'd be impossible to fit into one little hour session. But it's wonderful that I can introduce it with having these wonderful artists on. I have 2 amazing porn artists, porn stars on here as guests, and they're going to go ahead and talk about themselves a little bit. We're going to be kind of doing just kind of like an interview type thing. You guys go ahead and introduce yourselves a little bit.
How's it going, DJ? I'm Prynce.
Yes.
I wouldn't call myself a porn star, but
yeah. Not so much of a star. I don't know. I feel like you're a little bit of a star. You're kind of glamorous.
That's just the diva in me. That's fine.
Yes, and?
Hi, I'm Lily.
Yes.
You are welcome to call me a porn star.
Perfect. Yes. Porn star, porn artist. Would you go by porn artist? Would that be good for you?
Porn actor.
Porn actor.
I feel like
I guess so. Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of it is a lot of acting. There's a lot of scripting involved.
I guess it's true, yeah. And I mean, I guess you wouldn't call like a person who does indie films or like small term things. You wouldn't call them necessarily a star. You'd be like, oh, you're an actor. But I guess I just want to be positive. I'm trying to be positive about people who do porn, because there's kind of a negative connotation to those sex workers who do it. So yes, porn stars, porn artists. You go ahead and tell us about your work. About what type of porn do you do? All right.
Well, I guess it's like my aspiration isn't to be the best porn star that there ever was. It was just kind of something I fell into by accident.
Oh yeah,
which is a different story.
That's yeah.
But the kind of porn, it's much more independent, custom films written by different customers, and then you bring them to life.
Really?
So.
Yeah.
They write something up, they bring it up, and then it's like, oh, hey, we want this actor and this actor to do the thing. And then we try to the best of our ability to make their fetish come true.
That's awesome. That's so cool, yeah. So then, so you basically, like, a lot of your ideas are generated from people, like the community, basically. It's like, oh, I want to see this done.
On the flip side, there's also a lot of improv. If we're just trying to get some content out on the website, make sure everything is flowing. A lot of times it's the director walking around looking at plants on the table and coming up with something crazy.
Plants? Has there been anything interesting with plants?
Absolutely not.
Shoving some aloe vera inside of you?
Oh, hey, there's baby powder. Let's involve cocaine. It happens. It's really to the creativity of the director.
Kind of like a Scarface fantasy, huh?
The bank heist, whatever it is. Yeah, add storyline.
I remember that one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's so cool. Yeah. So, what kind of what are some videos? Like some, I don't know. Just do some premises of some videos that you've done before.
Oh, I mean, well, there was the bank robber one.
Yeah.
So we both shoot a lot of different fetish porn.
Right. Yes.
So a lot of it has to do with I mean, like this one, I ended up
bank robbing banks.
Yeah, we robbed a bank, but I think it was like they ended up. I tried to take the money, and then there was this big fight, and then it turned into sex.
Yes, so, as it always does.
Yeah, a lot of stuff like that. I also do a good amount of like superheroine.
Yes. Okay. I saw a little bit of like a little excerpt that Prynce showed me, and I think there was the one with the Wonder Woman.
Yeah, Wonder Woman was in that one.
That was great.
I played as a villain named Victor. And I had this girl hostage, and she came to save her. So there was a fight scene. There was a couple action flicks. There was a gun involved.
Yes, I saw that.
Deflecting shots.
Boom, boom.
Yeah. So it's a lot more like a short movie that just so happens to have sex in it. Just like, sex books happen to have sex in them.
Yeah.
It just happens.
Yeah.
We're not trying to fake it here. Well, it's like half fake.
Well,
otherwise, it's real stuff.
It is acting, so and yes, as sex happens during bank robberies and things like that. Ugh.
Oh yeah, no, it's just the most normal thing.
Yeah, no. I hate when I'm just like,
you're already robbing a bank.
Right.
What's a little extra?
Why not just like you already have a boner? Because I'm assuming that's what you do when you rob banks. And every time I get a boner, I have a boner. I'm like, either I'm going to have sex or I'm going to rob a bank. I don't know what to do.
I don't think I'm going to rob a bank and masturbate.
I mean, I think you would need 2 hands to rob a bank. Probably. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
Get someone to do it for me. Exactly.
That's right. I mean, you could you could have like one hand jacking yourself off and like one with a gun, and you have like a backpack that's open. Like, all right, put it in. You gotta zip it up. All right, come on, let's go.
My rifle. This is my gun.
Don't give me too many ideas.
Jeez, I'm not afraid to use this thing. No one's gonna tackle you. No one's gonna be like, get him. Like, I'm like, okay. I mean, it'd be kind of easy to identify. Like, so what can you tell us about the perpetrator? Well, he was masturbating, so look out for an armed masturbating guy. I don't know if that should be a new episode of your porn or a new.
Oh my god! Don't tell
video.
You'll do it.
But that's so cool. Yes, fetish porn. And like, what type of, like, if you want mind elaborating on fetishes, and like what kind of like fetishes that you do, like what specific ones?
So for me, I started out doing like lesbian and threesome stuff with my friends.
Right. Yeah.
And then a friend of mine is a porn producer, and she needed somebody for apparel videos, so like superhero apparel videos. So I get all dressed up and I fight people, and then they take advantage of me, but I secretly love it. Yeah. And I know there's a lot of controversy about that type of porn in general, but it's fun. There's a bit of heavier stuff that I got into because of this guy, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and to be honest, he's probably one of the only people I'm comfortable shooting it with, because it usually ends up in me fake dying in various ways.
That's right, yes.
Yeah.
Guns are real in the videos.
Oh, really?
No.
I don't know if you use real guns and use blanks or something, which I don't know if that would be safe at all, but...
No, it's usually like an airsoft gun and they fill with air. That way you have some sound effect to go over with post-production.
Exactly.
But it's surprising the amount of people that I talk about it where it's like, no, it was a shot and then I shot her twice and and then sex happened.
Yep.
But most people are like, oh my god, did she get hurt? I'm like, no.
No, she died.
No,
like,
it's an actor. It's porn. It's fake. We're just providing the experience.
It's a fantasy, absolutely, and hopefully people understand that it's a fantasy rather than like it's a emulation of reality.
It's really hard because people are thinking with their dicks at the time, and they don't realize that there's a person behind the camera.
Yeah, exactly.
There's someone on the other side, making sure everything is fine, or the knots are tied correctly, or there's another person making sure that there's enough lube to go around for everyone.
Super important. Oh my god!
After fucking for 6 hours, it's going to be hard to keep going.
Christ, yeah. So that's how long it goes on for like a typical day.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I don't get paid on commission, so I don't get paid for how many people view it. We just do the shoot and then get paid at the end of the day.
Okay, yeah.
By check or cash, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Normally checks, so we can do it by taxes. We pay our taxes. God damn it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Okay, awesome. Yeah.
Which is hard to signify on taxes.
Please give us a copy of your source of income. You're like, all right, dick pic. Here you go.
It's the moneymaker. No, girls usually get paid like 3 times as much as guys do.
Yeah.
Because they get most of the airtime on the camera.
Mm-hmm.
The guy's job is to do everything else.
Yeah, that makes sense. Reverse wage gap. That's good.
Yeah. Which is cool. I mean, by all means.
Yeah. Well, that's really cool. Yeah. So then, like you said, you get it's basically like 6 hours of just fucking.
Well, there's a lot of breaks in between.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Like once we first get there, everyone kind of commiserates with each other and talks, how was your day or whatever.
Right, yeah.
And then they tell us the script, what it's about, kind of get into the mindset a little bit.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of cuts in between. Like, it'll only film for about a minute and a half.
Really?
And then it's either change positions or this doesn't look right, do that line again.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a lot of, like, cutting, going back into it. Cutting, go back into it.
Yeah.
And normally with porn, well, with sex, you alter rhythms and whatnot.
Yeah,
you
exactly,
enjoy yourself. In porn, you don't. It's the same rhythm the whole time. It's good for post-production. You can edit and mold things together how they should be.
Right.
So it doesn't really ever feel like real sex.
Yeah. Yeah.
In fact, I'm usually more sexually frustrated afterwards.
Really? You're like, that was like, you're all horned up, but you just couldn't, like, really release it. Mm-hmm. It was just...
You don't do what you want to do. You have to do what looks good for the camera.
Exactly, yeah, per script. Mm-hmm. Interesting, yeah. Like, are you ever worried about, like, continuity errors going on?
I do personally.
Really?
Some of the others don't. The director does.
Yeah.
He cares, like, where the hair is going, so whenever he says cut, you're supposed to, like, stand still.
Oh, God. Ooh, boy.
Which is really hard when you have an erection.
Yeah. Right?
Don't move.
I'm trying not to. Like, if you mind me asking, do you you just fluff yourself in between scenes, or do you just?
It's all mental game. Like,
really, yeah.
If you're good with the actor, or sometimes I don't know who it's going to be until prior.
Okay, yeah.
But occasionally they'll help around if it's needed. Or you kind of fuck for a little bit first, and then the camera starts rolling.
Yeah, I gotcha.
As long as you're in the same rhythm, you can splice together.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, you got to kind of warm up to each other's bodies. Mm-hmm. Makes a lot of sense. That's cool.
Get to know each other.
Oh, yeah. That's the best way to get to know each other. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've had sex with people without knowing their names, so it's like, I'm like, oh, I know you a little bit better now. What's your name again? Yes, right.
It's about the body language. It's fine. Communicate that way.
It really is, though. That's awesome. And just a little bit about that. Actually, first off, let me just trail off a little bit about lube, because Sex Positive Radio, I have this kind of reoccurring theme about talking about lube and how important lube is and how wonderful it is. And I'm glad you mentioned it.
God bless.
Yes. Oh, my God. Use lube always. Whenever you're doing anything with anybody's genital, just fucking lube, find something. I don't know.
It doesn't hurt. It doesn't make you insignificant. Like No, just it's going to be better for everyone around. It's better to have more. You can always take some off.
That's right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so you can always wipe it off. Use anything. Like, you use spit. You can use water-based lube. Sometimes oil-based lube, axle grease, just oil, regular oil, crude oil. It's great. Use corn oil too. It'd be great for lube. But no, do not use any of that. Water-based lube is the only lube you typically want to be using.
Syrup.
Yeah. That good maple syrup, like the Canadian maple syrup, where it's like thin, and like it plies really well. Not that thick,
my
like
favorite.
With a picture of a maple leaf on it.
Ooh, getting sweet up in here, baby. Yes. But yeah, so use lube. Sex Positive Radio tip of the day: always use lube. It's always gonna be that. Always just use lube. Especially, I don't know what type of lube you use, but it's but probably water based, I'd assume, because if it's gonna be on your penis and on somebody else's vagina, it's gonna probably alter the pH by a lot. Mm-hmm. So you want to have the most kind of hyperallergenic type of lube.
Coconut oil works too.
Oh, does it? Yeah.
Coconut oil works if you aren't using condoms.
Yeah,
otherwise,
exactly.
It is a little bit more dangerous.
Yeah.
My favorite lube is Pure Med Repair Glide. It's really nice because it helps to heal up any micro tears inside the vagina, anything like that might happen. Because sex isn't supposed to hurt,
right?
Unless you're planning that out. But yeah. So that's my personal favorite.
Yeah. What'd you say what was called?
It's Pure, PJUR, Med Repair Glide.
Pure.
Is that German?
PUJR.
Or it's PJUR, I believe.
Pure.
Pure
Amazon. I'm just looking it up right now for those of you who don't know what's going on. I am just looking it up because whenever I hear about anything, I'm like, better look it up. 103,000 reviews on Adam and Eve. Holy shit.
I consider it to be my holy grail of lubes because it works best with my body, but
yes. Well, I don't know why I bring up tube socks, which I guess I might need that for afterwards, but
speaking of lube, it's also better to use lube, the same kind of lube, with multiple partners if you can.
Oh, really?
If you tend to mix them between different partners, it can cause some issues.
Maybe.
So if you're using Pure Med, you should also use that with any other partners that you're using.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, this looks pretty good. I might get some of that. But yeah, but yeah, like a chemical reaction, that'd be awful. Oof. But yes, that's good. That using lube. That's insane. That though. That it goes on for so long. And so for you guys, just because I can mention that you all are a couple. You guys are dating.
Yeah.
A little bit. Sometimes you occasionally hold hands a little bit. Smooch each other on the mouth.
Don't be gay.
Who does that? Nobody does that.
No, she's hella gay. I love it.
Yeah.
Thanks. You too.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I in my opinion, I think everybody should just be gay. Who cares? Or just no sexuality at all. Only just fetishes.
Do whatever the fuck you want.
Exactly. But yeah, so but how do you guys feel about like that? Are you in a polyamorous relationship outside of porn, or is it just with porn because it's more just a job? Like you said, it's not really. It doesn't feel like sex at all.
It doesn't feel like sex. I would consider our relationship to be much more of our relationship. It doesn't conform to the labels or the standards of open relationship. We talk with each other. We make sure everything is fine before we do anything.
Yeah.
We make sure our sexual safety is safe.
Yes.
Porn is actually very safe. You get tested before every single shoot.
No way, really.
So chances are in porn, you're not going to have any sort of issues with STIs compared to picking someone up at the bar. We need the paperwork, and it's got to be there before you even shoot. It has to be recent, within 7 days.
Wow.
And
really?
it's incredibly important because that's something that can be put on the director. Like, hey, you didn't find the right paperwork.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're trying to protect their own ass, and in return, they're protecting everyone.
Right. Yeah. Oh, wow, interesting. So, how often do you shoot? How often do you do videos then?
I do about once or twice a month, I would say, and that pays for rent. So I have a lot of free time. Otherwise, I can do like Lyft or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But between us, our relationships is, how would you describe it?
I mean, if we have to put a label on it that other people could understand.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
I mean, I guess it falls more under the category of open relationship.
Yeah.
Because
we have our own rules and
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, it's fine to go off and have fun with other people, but at the end of the day, he's the person that I care about.
Yeah, I want to keep her safe, so I'm not gonna fuck around and not be safe with people who don't have paperwork because that might go back on her. And if I love her, then I don't want to hurt her in any single way.
100%, yeah.
So that's important. Don't
want to put her in that type of danger. That's actually really, really important. Yes, always want to be very much safe and doing safe sex with anybody. And if you're in an open polyamorous relationship, you also got to have that communication that you're having sex with other people, that you are safe and you're being safe with those other people. And doing tested. Where do you get tested at? Because because I used to go to Planned Parenthood to get tested, and it's like $150 for me because I don't know, my insurance sucks. But where do you guys get tested at?
The director would pay for the tests. Normally.
No, really.
They usually run around $150 or so at Talent Testing Service, but you get results within 2 days.
Really?
Which is really quick compared to some other ones that are like, hey, we'll call you back if you have anything. No, this is like, hey, here's everything you need to know.
Right.
Immediately. Which is really good. You can just pull it up on your phone. Done.
Wow. That's amazing. Oh my God. Wow. Okay. So that's a lot better than me just waiting for Planned Parenthood to get back to me. Planned Parenthood's wonderful. Always go to Planned Parenthood. They're a great organization. It's just like, standard public health care and everything like that. But yes, always go to Planned Parenthood if you need to get tested. And just get tested in general. It's really important.
How did you start porn, actually? I don't think I've ever asked you that.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. This is another story in itself.
Yes. That was going to be my next question, actually.
So I actually used to be a legal brothel worker in Nevada.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so awesome. Really?
And, I worked down there for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And one of my closest friends down there, a girl that I worked with, she's this amazing, firstly, she's like this amazing Anne Hathaway Barbie lookalike, and she's also a lawyer and just perfect.
Wow.
Anyway, she asked me if I wanted to shoot porn with her in Atlanta, and I decided, yeah, sure, why not?
Yes, yeah.
So I got in by shooting with her a couple of times, and that was really fun. And then just kind of had people ask me if I would be available for different projects, and it sort of went from there.
That's so cool. That's amazing. Yeah, and mind if I ask you a little bit more about your time at the ranch or the brothel?
It was one of the ranches, actually.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah. Nice.
Sure. What do you want to know about that?
How do people see you as, like, at least as a sex worker over there? Like, how do people around the town, how do they, is there a stigma to being that? I mean, of course, there's always a societal stigma, but like, just in the community around it because it is legal there?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's outside of Las Vegas.
Yes. So
the place that I worked at is called Sherry's Ranch.
Oh yeah.
And it's in Pahrump, Nevada. But the people down there, there is a stigma. But when I'm working there, I don't really work there anymore. But when I'm down there working, we don't really leave the premises.
Oh really?
Yeah, we can leave the premises for I think 3 hours once a week.
What? Why? Really?
Yeah, they just want to keep a lockdown on us.
That's less than chickens across the nation.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, but so there is definitely a stigma when I would go out to Walmart to get supplies and buy condoms and stuff like that. Like, people would look at me funny because they would know exactly why I was there.
Really?
But, I mean, it's nothing that I let bother me because I'm not there to impress the locals.
Exactly, yeah. And that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Interesting. And did you how did you feel about the restrictions placed onto you? Like, again, like leaving only for 3 hours at a time a week?
The restrictions were often things that other girls or workers, I guess, other people that worked there, we all hated it. But it was probably one of the best places to work so far as legal brothels go.
Really?
Yeah. There's a lot of politics involved with it, but it's one of the better places, and it felt kind of like being locked up a bit.
Oof, yeah. That's
but
not great.
There were a lot of positives to it as well, so I can't complain too much.
Yeah, that is a great kind of a way to, I guess, represent the legalization of sex work and how important decriminalizing sex work should be. Because if we decriminalize sex work, then it's a lot better than because of the difference between decriminalize and legalize.
Oh, I agree.
Yes, exactly. Because if you legalize it, you can just exploit it legally. Basically, at that point.
Well, yeah. I mean, in the brothels, they take 50% of your income.
Yeah.
You have to buy a business license, sheriff's card, pay for your own testing.
Good God.
Pay, I think it was a $50 room fee a day, supply everything yourself, and pay taxes on top of all of that.
Yep.
And pay for all of your own transportation. So
it's
a lot of money to go into it.
Hashtag sex work is work.
Yes, absolutely. That's exactly what this entire topic is about. This whole month is about that.
Yeah.
Sex work is real work, yes.
It's fucking work.
It is, yeah. It's work. It's hard work, too.
My thighs kill me after 6 hours, I promise.
I feel like my hips would just be cramping up.
No,
Jesus
you gotta
Christ.
hydrate.
Hardcore. Oh my God, I need those electrolytes. Holy shit.
I've had to wear some weird onesies and like sea monster outfits. Really? It gets real sweaty in there. You got to drink. It's harder than construction. I did that for 10 years.
Oh my God,
it's harder
really?
than construction.
Jesus, like I would imagine, like, I mean, at least if I was doing that all day, if I were to come, it'd just be like gelatin at that point. It's like, I can't get that fluid, like lovely just spurt of just amazing cum that goes onto people's faces.
There's supplements for that. It's fine.
Oh really? Oh really? Okay, yeah. Because they just be like, and be like, oh Jesus. He just puke out of his dick? Like, how did that happen? Yeah. So that's awesome. More power to you. Do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's really cool. But yeah, so that's really interesting to learn about that because it's great to hear about legal sex work and everything, or at least legal and under the tenses of the law, what legal sex work is like, and how it would be a lot better if there was a lot less government involved and everything, and how you could kind of create your own business. Because there's other technically illegal sex worker operations, people who are independent, like those who want to go on Backpage.com and everything, which actually no, Backpage.com was shut down. Redbook was also shut down too. Jesus, anybody who does it on the internet too, sex work and who like operates from their own home. It's actually really good because they're not out on the streets. They can kind of set their own business. Like I get tested. I do all this stuff. I do those stuff. That's how you tell that it's legitimate and that's what you should be doing. Yeah. So that's great. I'm glad I heard about that. It's really cool.
Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. So more about how you got into it. But yeah, they just asked you that because I'm interested because like I personally have thought about wanting to get into porn, or at least porn like producing it. One of my questions was actually going to be if you were involved in a studio or you do it independently.
I wouldn't. Yeah, it's considered a studio because I have a dedicated director and he takes it to his post production and does all the jazz. He does all the advertisements, which is why I don't get paid commission or per view.
Per view,
whatever.
Yeah.
They get paid per video. Per purchase.
Really?
Whatever.
Wow. Yeah.
So I get paid the flat amount, and then that's that. So I'm independent. I don't work, and I work with the studio.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different. I'm not part of the studio.
Okay, so you're kind of a contractor with the studio?
Sort of.
Oh, okay. Interesting. But you're like a contractor, but with like a W-2, W-4,
yeah.
W something. Yeah, W-69.
I think is it the 1099 that's independent?
I think, 1098. Tax season, everybody. Sex Positive Radio recommends doing your taxes. We gotta send some generals to HR block for our source of income. But that's cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I was wondering, if it's like a certain company that does it, then
for taxes in particular.
Oh, I'm just saying, like for porn.
Not really. I mean, I work with one. They're pretty small.
Oh yeah.
I would rather not mention it because again,
no,
paid per view.
No, you don't have to.
I get paid for commission. I just show up. Just get money.
Literally though, literally.
Yeah, it's still hard work though.
Mm-hmm.
Can guarantee. It just sounds fun. It's not.
It's not.
It's fun, but it's.
It's not as glamorous as it's made out to be. It's not as bad as it's made out to be.
No, I actually got into it. I was working construction. It was the day after my birthday. I woke up naked in my bathtub because it was the day after my birthday.
As you do. It's not your birthday unless you do.
And I got a phone call from this guy I used to work for. I used to teach like BDSM.
Oh, sweet! Yeah,
I used to be a dedicated taster. I've taught hundreds of people.
Oh my god, I would love to do that too.
And they were shooting there.
Yeah.
And it was like, hey, our male actor didn't show up. Do you want to do porn? And I woke up and I'm still drunk and I'm like, yeah, fuck it. Let's do it.
Shit,
so I showed up. I didn't even have to get naked. I put in a fake penis in.
No way.
Because I didn't have testings and whatnot.
Okay, yeah.
And I was like this old man mask. And it was like a whole script and it was perilous.
Really?
It was a custom film for this like 78-year-old guy.
Really?
Who loves that shit. So
holy shit!
I showed up. I worked for like 2 hours and I got paid $250.
Oh my god!
Cool. I was like, right, you're not weird. I'm like, thanks. I try.
I don't know what constitutes as weird as I'm fucking somebody in an old man mask. It's not weird. If you're into it, it's fine. It's fine. Sex Positive Radio. It's fine. But like,
then I got invited back, and then we started more things, which was kind of cool.
That's so cool. That's awesome. Imagine, did you have like a walker? You're going like,
no, just a really long robe, and I
old dick
checked for the marks of the devil
on that inner thigh. Let me see, it's in there. See, I gotta get a mole there.
Poke it with my cane.
That's wonderful. And so you guys both operate through the same studio?
Sort of.
She did it first. She was involved much longer than I was.
Really?
And I mean, I was fine with it. I thought it was cool.
Interesting.
But I found my studio separate from her, but then we did a couple shoots together.
Yeah. Oh. Is that how you met?
No.
We met at a sex party instead.
Yeah.
Really?
Way better.
Yes. Awesome. Fuck yeah. What is it like a private sex party?
It was a public one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was something similar to the Velvet Rope.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Where people show up, have a good time. We were both wearing all black. I was like, hey, you're wearing all black. And you're like, cool. And I was like, my underwear was not black. But I was like, but it isn't. And then it said black on it, so it was close enough.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah, I thought he was pretty cute.
Oh.
First time we fucked, it was like for 14 hours.
Yeah,
or so.
it was.
What?
It was like a few days after we met. We had to hang out and hanging out. I mean, like he mostly hung out inside me for like 14 hours straight.
14 hours. That was legit.
Mind elaborating on this a little bit? Just like 14 hours, like
8 condoms.
8 condoms.
No, I think it was more than that.
Well, I know you had that little pack. It was the one. It had 9 in it. I remember we had to go find more. So I guess you're probably right.
Yeah.
Did you come 8 times?
Maybe. It was just a blur.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a pretty fun time.
That's amazing. Did you plan on that? You're just like...
No, what happened was I planned on coming over and hanging out for like a half hour because I had a flight out the next day, actually, for my first porn shoot ever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so this was like a few years ago, actually. But I came over and was like, yeah, I can only come over for like a little bit. I can say hi. And then I ended up staying till the next morning.
Oh, man.
So she was a professional fucking before I was. But now we're both professionals.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, that's amazing. Holy shit. Your core must have been like rock solid after that. Like, just sit-ups for days.
Actually, your butt gets really good after doing so many pelvic thrusts. Like, it's got that good glutes going on.
Ooh, hell yeah. How do you get such a nice ass? I just fuck for it, baby. That's all I do.
These are natural muscles.
Exactly what they're intended for. That's amazing. Holy shit.
It's kind of cool because like you work construction, you build big biceps, good forearms and whatnot. If you do a lot of porn, you get a good butt, you get good thighs.
You get the lower body.
It may not be like formally known, but people notice it, and
really?
People are generally more attracted to you in that sense because those specific muscles are built. It's weird.
I think I'm just gonna do a bunch of like just weird thrusts in my room just to work out. Morning workout. I'm just gonna like fucking
give them this big exercise ball and just go ham, dude.
Fuck yeah! How'd you get those muscles? Oh, 6 hours.
A lot of hard fucking work.
Literally though. Holy shit. In the Velvet Rope real quick. Shameless plug on Sex Positive Radio. I'm going to be at the Velvet Rope here in about 2 hours. I'm going to be stripping there. Velvet Rope is a sex club in Portland.
He has a good butt.
Yeah, thank you. Yes. If you see my Instagram, I have quite the luscious ass. But as you can see at the Velvet Rope tonight, it is a sex club. Do you guys ever go to sex clubs together?
The Velvet Rope is amazing because it has a jacuzzi.
Yes, it does. Mm-hmm.
I sit there and that's where I hang out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You just hang out in the jacuzzi, and the jacuzzi's not dirty either because you're not allowed to fuck in it, so you're just hanging out. Yeah, that's awesome.
It's all chlorinated. It's all safe.
Do you guys ever like have like public sex there by chance? Because I know you're talking about
not at Velvet Row.
I actually don't think we've ever had sex in a sex club.
No way, really.
Have we not?
I don't think we have. I remember one time I was at a different place. It was Deviants.
Yeah, I've been there.
You were having sex in the room next to me, and I didn't know it was you. I was just listening to the sounds in the shadows, and then I found out later that night it was you, and I was like, oh my God, that was so hot.
Love at first moan. Oh, great. That's amazing.
Yeah, I guess like a couple people saw me there that we knew. And so that was interesting, hearing about it later on. Like, oh, gosh.
Oh, goodness. That was me?
Yup. I actually ran into a classmate there. That was
No, really?
Yeah, that was a fun time.
Oh, yeah? Classmate. And so I guess a question for you guys is you said you've gone to school? Like, do you have an education by chance?
Yeah. I'm still in school right now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Me too. I mean, we're in it right now. Mm-hmm. Yes. And so, yeah, you're working. There's a common, like, bullshit discrepancy towards discrimination towards people who do porn, that they're all uneducated, they're all college dropouts, or they're all high school dropouts. They're never going to amount to anything. They're just going to end up doing porn, which nobody ends up doing porn. You gotta kind of like work to be able to do porn. So yeah, it's kind of a discrepancy towards that.
I agree. You have to work towards it to get into porn. You can't just walk up and be like, "Hey, I want to do porn." No one's going to hire you.
Yeah,
like, straight up, it's work.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like every other interview, you have to do an interview. Mm-hmm. As for the education levels, I think the porn stars are one of the most intelligent people that I've seen.
Oh yeah,
because as far as I know, we're just using our bodies for extra cash, and it's not causing any harm. I'm not going out and I'm not working construction for 8 hours for the same paycheck that would take me to do for a week.
Holy shit, yeah.
So I'd rather take that extra time and, follow hobbies.
Right, yeah.
Improve my education. I'm constantly on Google finding different science reports. I am a college dropout twice. Mm-hmm. Actually, I was in MIT and Stanford.
Holy shit.
I dropped out of both of them. I was in Dartmouth for a little bit, but I wasn't accepted there. I just hung out there for like a couple months. Although I am an honorary member of Alpha Theta, thank God. It was great.
Wow. That is amazing. Holy shit.
So, actually, most of the porn stars that I've worked with, you have to be kind of smart.
Yeah.
You have to know what the camera likes.
Mm-hmm.
You have to know the angles. You have to know what sounds to make.
Absolutely.
The body language to project onto the camera.
And also present yourself,
It's
persona.
Much more than just fucking. Because if you just fuck on camera, you're not going to get anything out of it.
I see that a lot.
You can do it on Snapchat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was going to ask you about like amateur type of porn too, because this is all professional, like produced porn, but like amateur type of porn. How do you feel about that? Would you guys ever do that, or have you ever done that?
I mean, I don't think I've actually done anything that could be labeled as such.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I mean, that sounds like it'd be a fun time. I'm definitely open to doing that in future.
Yeah, yeah.
I think the director may have tried to do the amateur type of film. Like, in a 6-hour day, we do like 3 or 4 films.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Then they're all, consolidated and then sent out. But
goddamn,
amateur porn is probably the most real shit that you're going to find. It's probably not going to last 30 or 40 minutes.
I mean,
but it'll look and it'll feel real.
Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, I didn't like that too, and I like that's kind of like my thing. Is like I said, I was thinking about wanting to get into doing porn, or at least producing it, or like producing kind of like amateur type of porn. Mm-hmm. So like, because whenever like I'd see it on the internet, it'd be more of just like, I don't know. It just be like from one angle, usually the guy's ass for some reason. It's just the angle. I've seen some vertical videos, which I'm like, that's blasphemous. Like they just hold the camera like this way, not turning it like a normal human being. But so I wanted to kind of like make that better too. Like I just wanted to do that, you know, kind of like amateur porn, like produce it really well. And so that's kind of what I was thinking about when I had that question in mind. Is what I was thinking is like, what would you like? Because what would you say that make like amateur porn better than like what you commonly see out on the internet?
No taxation without representation.
Yeah.
No, like if I can promote it on Twitter, that'd be cool. If you have a means to like show off your work, just like most other works, then it'd be great. It'd be no problem. I feel like being able to talk about it freely, being able to like, hey, I do this without being shunned by your family or friends or your boss or your company that you're working for because you're in a really high position at work and no one needs to know that you do porn.
Right.
I mean, it's extra money. Why not?
100%. That's exactly what this show is about, is being able to do that, being able to talk about it freely.
So, you know, those CEOs, I mean, some of them have probably done porn. I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger has done porn himself.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, you can go online right now, watch him masturbate. It's great. But that's hard when you're not a white male.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, 100%.
In all regards, like, for some reason, people think even though the girls get paid more, they're worth less.
As what they're seeing as that.
It's so weird.
Yeah, it's weird how that's seen. It's weird also how much people benefit from porn, because porn makes about like $97 billion a year, a shitload, and they benefit from porn, and then they don't respect any of the workers. They don't respect any of the actors.
I'd love to see how much of the taxes come from sex work.
I know, yeah,
I want
holy
to see
shit.
that statistic.
Yeah, 100% billions probably. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so it's insane when that they don't do that, and that's something that like kind of like really got to me is because me being a stripper, you know, there's even a stigma around stripping where it's like, you know, I just tell anybody I don't care, but like I do like put it in my mind, like I prepare myself that like they're gonna be discriminatory toward me, or they're gonna be like judgy and everything, that like, oh, this guy's just a stripper, ugh, he's weird, and so it's weird how so many people benefit from it, but they just like to, it's almost like if you were to get like a lift, right? If you were to get a lift, and then like, and you didn't have to pay for it, and you still were like, that fucking guy, oh my god, what a weirdo! Like, holy shit! Like, what right do you have? You're getting this. Most of you're getting it for free. So
it's a service industry. It's been terrible.
Oh, Jesus, man, be nice to sex workers and all porn. Be nice to people in the service industry. Really,
just be nice to people.
Sex Positive Radio. Be nice. No, that's great, yeah.
When I talk about being a male porn star, though, like I get a lot of fist bumps. Like, oh, hey, nice job. Congratulations.
Yeah.
And it's like, I've never stripped. I think that's really difficult to be in front of someone, being in the front of a live audience.
Yeah.
You know, in porn, you're hanging out with 3 people and a camera.
Yeah.
You know, whenever the camera's cut off, we're making jokes, we're telling puns, and a lot of times we can't keep our shit together.
Really, yeah.
Not literally.
But some different porns are. That's some different porns.
Not mine. But it's a lot more nerve-wracking stripping.
I'd say so, really.
In my opinion.
Wow. That's interesting. That's awesome. That's just, you wouldn't think that either, because it'd be like, oh, stripping more people, like it's more common to meet a stripper than a person who does porn. Yeah,
for sure.
Well, that's really cool though, and yeah, it is kind of like nerve-wracking, you know, getting in front of people because you are performing. You can't like pause and redo things. You know, you can't be like, all right, let's cut that out. You gotta be like,
erase button.
Like you fall down, you're like, well, that's in their memory forever. It lives on.
We just get a blooper reel.
Yeah. That's awesome. And so, like, for both of you, how would you, for doing porn in Portland, how would that compare to doing it somewhere else?
I don't know if I would really be able to answer that.
Yeah.
Most of the porn that I've shot has been, like, small studio stuff.
Yeah.
So, mostly I've shot in Portland.
Okay, yeah. But do you know anybody, like, who has shot anywhere else?
Yeah. I mean, I do have a lot of friends that are bigger names. One of my friends, she's a porn star. She just did some video with BuzzFeed recently, too.
Really?
Yeah, Jane Jupiter. She's wonderful.
Ooh.
Love her to death. She's amazing. Her content is great. Look her up.
Jane Jupiter, okay.
Yeah, she's one of the most incredible people I've met. Anyway.
Really, that's amazing.
From what I hear, people that work with the bigger studios, I mean, it's a lot more restrictive. It's not nearly as much fun. You don't get to do quite as much of what you want.
Damn.
You're more controlled with, the shoots that you're even allowed to do and who you can work with,
right?
And this sort of thing. But again, it's not something I've worked in personally myself, so I wouldn't be able to comment too much on it.
Makes sense, yeah. But just knowing that the bigger the studio and everything, they have more control over you, and they just kind of treat you less like the star that you are.
Pretty much.
Is this Jane Jupiter?
Yeah.
That is? Yes. Oh, nice. Yes, she's cool.
Oh yeah,
she's interesting. I'm going to follow her on Instagram. Follow Jane Jupiter on Instagram. Sex Positive Radio, plugging everybody, and plugging everybody. Hey. Jesus. But yeah, what about you, Prynce?
I've never shot outside of Portland.
Yeah,
Portland was like my awakening for most kinds of sex work. I've worked in a couple strip clubs as a cook or as a DJ. Back. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of like my eye-opening experience. I've been traveling throughout the entire United States.
Yeah.
A different city almost every year.
Gotcha.
I've never done it before then. I did one shoot in New York City. That was like a foot fetish type
really?
thing, which I thought was kind of weird, but I was just there to be a penis.
To be a penis.
So that was my job, and it was cool. I got a good photo shoot out of it in return for work. Actually, one of my Facebook profile pictures is from that particular shoot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just out of context.
Totally out of context. Yeah. But it looks good, and it looks professional.
Shit, so yeah. I'm using your LinkedIn profile pic. Where'd you get this photo taken at? Well, New York.
It's a friend.
Yeah.
A friend.
I was being a penis one day. Just being a penis.
That's some great photos.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I'd assume Portland would be a little bit different. I would feel like it'd be a lot like there'd be a much more big I don't want to say the term diversity because it's kind of ironic because Portland is not diverse in terms of racial diversity, but it'd be more of a I guess different types of styles and everything. It's more open to different sexual practices.
Well, as soon as you get in the industry, it's really easy to move around. So I could go and work in LA if I wanted to.
Oh shit, really?
Just got to send out what I've made so far. You have your resume on you at all times. You just send them the links.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that's never a problem.
That's so cool.
From what I've heard, though, and this is all hearsay.
Yeah.
People in LA or on the East Coast would be a little bit more pushy on boundaries in terms of sex work, and that's incredibly important to maintain your boundary, what you're willing to do, what you're not, and knowing how to leave.
100%.
If you don't know those things, you can get taken advantage of.
Right. Yeah.
Because I have money, you need it.
It's fucked up.
It's a power trip. It's not
100%. Yeah.
It's not necessarily sex, but that's what it fuels.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that's absolutely insane too. Definitely very driving point home for this entire episode is about boundaries and being able to reinforce your own boundaries, being able to know when to say yes and when able to leave and everything. A lot of people when they're in that situation, they're like, I'm here. That person has a lot of money. I want to have a good job. I want to be seen well. Then they just feel pressured to just be like, all right, I guess I'll just do this, even though I'm not going to enjoy it, which really sucks. And we need to be able to reinforce that, be able to have our own boundaries.
If it's something you don't want to do, I would just suggest don't do it.
Yeah.
It's probably better in the long run. You can make money elsewhere.
100%.
It's not necessary.
Absolutely. And so what would you, I guess, I already asked what an average day of shooting is like 6 hours. Holy shit. But how do you market and promote? You said that your company promotes you and everything. Mm-hmm. Do you mind telling where your content is at?
Probably not.
Okay. Just on the internet.
But it is on the internet.
Yep.
They shoot for a fairly small forum.
Oh, okay.
So they have a couple regulars that they run through, and whatever comes through with that's how you produce.
No shit, really.
So once you get a couple videos out, it's a lot easier to just keep rolling with it.
That's amazing. Would you guys ever do any premium Instagram as a couple type thing? Just do a more back to the amateur type style.
Never thought of that.
That's a really good idea. Hey, how do you feel about that?
Yeah. I'm not against it.
Yeah.
Hey.
Can I wear a bag on my head?
You can wear whatever you want.
Oh my god. Pikachu onesie.
I'll wear the Pikachu onesie.
Take a Pikachu.
Pikachu ears and a Pikachu tail butt plug. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. We just had a conversation about this the other day, didn't we?
Really?
Yeah, he said he wouldn't wear one.
It's not Pikachu. Electric types aren't my favorite Pokemon. So
yeah.
But anyway,
give me an Onix.
Just on the topic of promoting and that sort of stuff, a lot of sex workers use Twitter, and that's what I used for quite a long time.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I've recently privatized mine, but
oh yeah,
it's a really really good place to get exposure for self-shot porn, or in the past I used to use that when I was doing legal escorting, etc. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, because because Twitter allows pornographic content and sexual content on there, which is great because there's been an attack on sexual content online, like Tumblr. Rip.
Recently, Twitter has been getting a little bit harsher. They've been, I'm forgetting the word right now, but they've been not banning accounts for being overtly sexual, but
cracking down on them.
Shadow banning.
Oh, yeah.
That's something that a number of my friends have been having to deal with lately, which is unfortunate. Yeah,
that's fucked up. Yeah,
promote your shit on 4chan.
Oh boy, get an airstrike called on you.
Oh goodness, just get swatted right away.
Yeah,
it's a numbers game. Take the risk.
There was 4chan did actually. They called an airstrike out on ISIS once from a picture.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So I mean, I guess that is. Oh, you could say one of the good things they've done was do that.
I feel like they've done more good than harm. Honestly,
you think so?
I believe so. They've helped a lot with internet security more than we can recognize, especially with
really?
PSN and Xbox Live.
Oh yeah.
Really forced those internet security companies to hold better ground because they would take them down in order for them to make it better.
Holy shit, yeah.
So power through destruction.
Yeah.
Anarchy.
That's my shit. Yes, anarchy, baby. I love it. So that's really cool. And so a little bit more about I guess sex work in general towards societal views, because I'm really big on how society views and everything. How do you feel about how mainstream society sees porn in of itself?
My grandma would not be happy.
What was that?
My grandma would not be happy with my decisions.
Oh, yeah. So the thing about sex work is people see it as something degrading. Mm-hmm. I've had conversations with people before, close friends that have known me for a long time even, and when I get into it and tell them that I'm doing this thing that I'm excited about, that I enjoy, that I'm having fun with, is everything okay? Who hurt you? Why are you degrading yourself like this? And that really sucks.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Because sex work is so useful to society. We're able to do things for people. We're able to, I'm also a dancer, so one of the things that I feel I can do is I can provide comfort for people, provide companionship and affection in even a platonic way for people who don't get that otherwise.
100%.
With fetish porn, we can help people live out their fantasies without them actually going out and doing these kind of crazy things.
Right, yeah.
And these people, they get off to the porn, they jerk off to it, whatever. It's not like I'm going to follow them home. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be something where I'm personally damaging them or their relationships or anything.
Right.
It's work. That's all it is.
It's beautiful.
I believe Sweden does allow grants for people who are disabled in order for them to have sex with people.
Yeah,
I remember just reading about it, and it's like they recognize that it's an essential part of life, having sex.
It is, though.
So why is it so stigmatized here in America?
Absolutely, yeah.
We all needed sex to be here.
Exactly. We are all the result of at least one orgasm, unfortunately. Most likely only one.
Sorry.
Aww.
I'm sorry, guys. Jesus, man. Most of us, we like to think it was like, oh, yeah. But most of us was like, ooh, sorry about that. That's how we were conceived. But anyway, sorry to detract from what you said. That was an amazing thing. I wish I could just take what you just said and just, I don't know, that's the best thing that basically described this entire month about sex work.
Thanks.
Yeah. It's wonderful because that's so very true. And how society sees it, we are stigmatized to the fact that we're almost we're these helpless people. I don't know if you try to get a lot of people trying to pretty woman you a lot of times.
Oh my God, yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, but if you don't know, Pretty Woman was a movie back in the 90s with Julia Roberts, and basically she was a sex worker on the street, and what was his name again? I don't know. One of the characters tries to save her. It's this whole idea that these sex workers are in need of saving. They're just these damaged individuals. They're these manic pixie dream girls that need their knight in shining armor to come save them, which is not true.
We call those types of guys Captain Save-A-Ho.
That's wonderful. Yeah.
I have gotten a lot of messages on Twitter from guys like that saying that they don't care about my job, that they want to take me out anyway, and all of these types of things, and I deal with that in the club as well.
Yeah.
As though sex workers can't find fulfilling, happy relationships on their own.
But you obviously have.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's hot.
Oh, thanks. You're okay.
True romance. That is 100%. But they say romance is dead.
Only occasionally in the movies.
Damn it.
Only when there's sex involved in one of the scenes.
Then I get better. It's fine.
Yeah, no one actually dies in any of the movies, I promise you.
Yeah, but man, holding my eyes open for that long while I'm playing dead is really annoying.
Jesus, really? Yeah. They have some like a designated like eyedropper, like put some eye drops.
I wish. They just yell at me if I close my eyes at the wrong time.
Don't blink.
Yeah. Get like a wax sculpture of you. I don't know.
I think that's above our director's budget, but.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah, so just a few more questions here. What are some common myths about porn and porn stars that people believe and like to perpetuate?
We're infested with STIs.
Yeah,
we're sex addicts.
Right? Yeah.
Extroverted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're all deeply traumatized and helpless little puppies.
Attention horse.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're stupid, uneducated.
Right. Yeah. These are all things I definitely agree that I heard.
But at least we're hot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, always are.
None of those are true.
The hot is true. They're hot.
Yeah,
those are great.
That's fine.
But yeah, those are some common myths, and if we just understand that, like, if you just understand like who a person is, and this is why I'm like having the show, just so your voices are heard, just to show your personality, who you are behind the scenes, and not just like a behind the scenes like set up kind of footage thing, but it's just kind of like a real conversation with just with normal people, as you can call it, as if you're abnormal.
Actually, let me give you a scenario really quick.
Yeah.
Suppose you can work 3 days a month. You don't have to worry about food or rents or any bills. It's all paid off. 3 days a month. What are you going to do with the rest of the 27 days?
Right, yeah.
Are you going to do more porn? No, probably not. You don't need to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You can follow a different job, follow a hobby, start on a different craft, do woodworking, start selling woodworking things, start up an Etsy. You have 27 days to do whatever you want. You have so much time to spend.
So much, yeah. That's amazing.
I mean, I spend some of it masturbating to my own porn, actually. But it's the best.
That's like an efficient system, though.
Yeah,
there you go.
But still, 27 days, I can pursue college. I can pay for college. I can pursue something much greater than anything a 9-to-5 would have dealt me. Minimum wage does not cut it.
Oh, Jesus, yeah. Minimum wage is horseshit.
If I can make $50 an hour for one day, that's easy.
That's amazing. Yeah, and like what you're saying is like even if porn was bad and harmful and destructive, so much more good comes out of it from doing it. But since it's not,
I wouldn't even say even if, because that happens, yes, but that also happens in every job. You know, someone is going to work construction, lose their hand, now they're done forever. Some people are going to be taken advantage of in the sex industry, just like they are as a cook in a restaurant.
Absolutely, yes.
So it doesn't matter about the if. It pays good money.
Yeah.
I'm using the money for good. That's about what you use it for.
Absolutely. Sex work is work. That's amazing, yeah. And I like I was talking about with my mom, and my mom's she's trying, and like I was talking about like, you know, porn and sex work and everything, and like my mom just like she keeps like, oh, they're just gonna like, but you have chances of getting STDs, you have chances of getting STDs, and I'm like, Mom, you understand like all jobs come with a risk. You know, that happens to be their job. And you probably have much less of a chance of getting STDs anyway.
I've had gonorrhea twice, and they came from ex-girlfriends, not porn.
Yeah, so there you go. Exactly.
And they were fine.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
get the paperwork.
Yeah. It's just a shot, clears it up. Boom, boom, boom. Sex Positive Radio. Just have sex without condoms, and just like get some shots, and you'll be fine.
Oh God.
No, don't do that. Don't let that be your takeaway. But yeah, so yeah, people they think, oh, you're just going to be getting STDs and all this stuff, but all jobs have a certain risk. That happens to be technically your certain risk, but it's not.
HIV giving blood.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, the phlebotomist every single day has a risk of getting HIV.
So much, yeah. Of millions of bloodborne illnesses and diseases. So, absolutely, yes. One more thing about, last question, I guess I would say. What do you want to change about porn that is perceived in the public eye? Like, how it is perceived in the public eye? Like, what would you want to do to change it?
I feel like a lot of people believe that, watching porn can make you a violent person. Watching porn can be a very dangerous thing, and will blame the porn for things like school shootings and serial killers and
Ted Bundy played porn.
Yeah. I mean, well, everybody watches porn, not just serial killers and bad people.
Yeah.
So I'd love for porn to be seen as a more normal thing.
100%.
You know, why are so many people shitting on porn when they're the same people that are consuming it?
100%. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, like you don't get to speak poorly of porn if you still watch it.
Absolutely. Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
Video games don't cause violence.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Neither does porn.
Yeah.
It's just fantasy.
That's
so
true.
It's supposed to be. Don't make it anything other than it is.
100%. You'd think that, like, if it did cause porn, if it did cause porn, if it did cause violence, if it did cause rape and sexual assault, you would have seen from going before the internet to the internet, you'd seen a spike in all of that. In reality, it's actually going down.
We've seen the Avengers. They're violent.
Yeah. And they're on, like, kids' bed sheets and stuff like that.
They're wearing tights,
right?
spandex.
Tight spandex. Yes.
Why can't I wear spandex and also have sex?
Exactly.
What's so wrong with that?
That's amazing. Yes, I'm glad you said that. And that'll. I guess we're kind of like almost out of time here for our whole hour. Is there anything else you want to say? Any questions you have for me, by chance?
Yeah, ask me the most weird question you can think of. I'm an open book.
What's your favorite color?
Purple.
Purple. Ooh,
Yeah.
what kind of purple?
A good purple.
Like her hair?
Sure.
Yeah.
There is purple in my hair.
Yes, there is. Yes.
Yeah.
And I have a highly increst tattoo because I like video games.
Yeah. That's good. You play BioShock, right?
Yeah.
I have the BioShock tattoos. There was a porn with a woman. She was going down on a guy, and she was just going down on him, and like I had to pause. And then, like, I was like, wait a minute. And, like, I zoomed in, and she has the BioShock tattoos as me on my wrist. I'm like, holy shit.
I hope nerds find my porn, and they're like, I'm glad.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a Harry Potter tattoo, so.
There you go. Oh, yeah.
So it's all cool. We're all human. Go find a sex worker. Go talk to them.
Yes.
Tip sex workers.
Yeah, and tip them, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tip them.
Yes. Yes. But they're not going to want more than a tip, I promise you, though, because they're not sex craze maniacs.
Not just the tip, but
Yes.
please tip sex workers,
Yeah.
especially dancers if you go to see them.
Yes, please do.
Actually, after doing porn, my sex drive has gone down.
Really?
In regards to, like, picking people up. It's
so
much unnecessary. It almost feels like it's releasing the pressure on the valve when I do porn.
Really?
To, like, going out.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's really just the action that I'm craving, the feeling that I'm craving, not the connection. It really helps you separate between what is sex and what is a meaningful relationship. Because I'm doing sex all the time.
Yes, yeah.
I can tell when that feels good and when it feels right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. As one artist, it's like it's sport fucking.
Well said.
It's what you're doing. It's WWE with a dick or other genitals. But yeah,
see.
That's amazing. Yes, that's great. Weird question. I guess I'll do like one more for both of you. What's like the weirdest scene somebody's ever wanted you to do, and did you do it?
I think the sea monster one was weird.
Oh yeah.
I had to wear a sea monster outfit, and I wore like this alien dick, and it was a lot more about the peril of like me chasing her around this hotel room and like, throwing her on the bed, and then it was all faked from then.
Oh really?
Like there was actually no penetration; it was just camera angles and funky whatnots.
No
but
shit. Yeah.
Having to do all the rhythms with that outfit on was difficult. I can probably send you that picture.
Oh my god, please do. Yes. Yeah. Fuck
yeah. As for me, I before we started this, I did mention I had done a porn with one of my friends where we started it off and we were just not taking it seriously. My favorite kind of porn is goofy porn. Like I like to laugh while I'm getting off. So we were going to do a pizza guy type of ordeal, and I came in and I had a frozen pizza at the door, and it was still wrapped. It was out of the box, but it was still wrapped, and we had a giant dildo on it. And my line coming in was, "Hey, who ordered the pizza with extra penis?" And then I think I was wearing like a bathrobe, and we made it, quote unquote, accidentally fall off. And then from there, it was something to the effect of, "Oh no, my clothes. Guess I gotta fuck you now." And then I had a threesome with my friend and her husband.
Yes. Best way to end anything.
Yeah. So that's Probably the weirdest, I think, outside of the being dead stuff, but that's probably the most fun that I've had.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I can imagine. Oh, my God. That's kind of the stuff I would do, too. It's just silliness, because I would have that comedic. I want to do that on stage while stripping, but, like, that I can't really do it because I have to be serious.
Oh, do you, though? That's what I do. Crab walk across the stage.
I do have a Pizza Man outfit, though. I do. It's a pizza, like a polo, and it says Pizza Slut on the back of it.
That's amazing.
You'll see this at Velvet Rope if you go to Velvet Rope tonight. Underneath it is like a pizza boxers with socks, like the top of a pizza, like they match. And then I pull that away. I pull my slacks away, and boom, you got that. And then I take out the pizza underwear, and underneath is just like this thing. It's this underwear that hugs my ass so well, and across the ass it says, "You want a pizza this?"
Oh my God.
I come out with a pizza box too, and my hat says Pizza Slut on it too. You know.
Did you get it from Dante's by chance?
No, I got it from Poshmark and also from Custom Ink. I like custom made.
Nice. It's even better.
It's great. So yeah, it was fun. Sex Positive radio takeaway. Have a threesome with your friend and their husband. It'll be great.
Talk it out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Talk it out. It's good stuff. But yes, so I guess we are out of time here. I do, because I gotta go. I gotta do some stripping. I would like to go on a little bit longer, but I do have to do.
I really have to pee.
So. Oh yeah, that's all right. You can pee here. I mean, like, do some ASMR, like peeing. Really? If you want to pee in the microphone.
You have to pay me for that.
You gotta start whispering into the mic.
That's right. Yeah. Give you a little scratching that a little bit. You have a beard. ASMR sickness. I'm glad if you've reached this part. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. We're great. Oh my gosh. So yes, I guess that's going to wrap up the Sex Positive Radio episode on porn, at least part 1. I'm going to do lots more about like porn, like outside research and everything like that. But I just want to say thank you so much, you guys, so much for coming on and talking about this and just opening up and just letting it, normalizing it. You know, because as you're talking about just seeing us as normal people, seeing us as seeing porn as just regular work, you're seeing just who we are. And this is what we do is work. It's a performance. And so, or at least what you guys do is a performance, at least for porn. So thank you so much for coming out. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. Thanks. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I love having guests on, especially people, you know, in the sex work industry. So yes, thank you so much, and thank you so much for listening. Those of you who are listening, and who are listening at home, for who are listening on SoundCloud or YouTube, thank you so much again. If you want to follow the show's social media, Jesus Christ, social media. I'm Sean Connery for a little bit. The show's social media. If you want to follow that at sex_positive_XM on both Instagram and Twitter, and you can find that this episode on SoundCloud probably around I don't know, Saturday-ish. Yeah, I'll have it up. So if you don't, if you're not listening into it right now, then there's no way you'll know that. But tell somebody else about it. But yes, please message me of topics you want to hear about, questions you want to have answered on the show, things you want to ask me about myself or sex work in general. I'll be able to help out the best I can. Thank you so much for tuning in to listen to Sex Positive Radio. We're going to be back next week to talk about full service sex work and everything. We kind of got a little bit glimpse of that with Lily's tale of her work in Nevada with legal sex work. So tune in next week. It's going to be wonderful. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and thank you guys so much for coming on.
Peace, love, and porn.
Yes. Peace, love, and porn. Ooh, that should be the tagline. All right. Thank you guys so much. I will see you next week.